Hey guys, today we are talking about the most important thing in the world, tofu. Seems like a lot of people have problems knowing how to cook tofu, and the thing is, it's so incredibly easy to make like crispy, delicious, salty little pieces of heaven. And over the years I've been cooking so much of this stuff that I'm sort of becoming something of a tofu expert. So I'm going to shock you with how simple this is, and it's going to be delicious. Let's go. Now there are like 100 different types of tofus and 100 different ways of cooking tofu. I'm going to stick with the basics here, so I'm using a firm organic tofu. Good thing about buying tofu that's organic is that it's usually, for us Europeans, it's usually made in Europe, so it's much better for the environment than the non-organic stuff. So let's start by just like slicing these into really thin pieces. Today we're going to fry our tofu, which is just the simplest and easiest way to do it in my opinion. We're going to use a tiny little smudge of oil. So if you're not eating oil, I have a baked tofu recipe as well that I made a video of, so I can put a link in the description for baked tofu if you don't want to use any oil. But I don't mind using a little bit of oil just to make the pan non-stick, so we're using that today. I've also heard that salt makes the pan more non-stick. I'm not sure if that's true, it's just something I've heard, so I like using a little bit of salt in the bottom of the pan as well. And then just a little bit of oil. You don't want to use too much because it will ruin the taste of the tofu, in my opinion. That's enough. We want to use quite high heat. We don't want to use like crazy high heat, but I would say medium to high. So, and then just wait for the pan to become heated before we add the tofu. Can you hear that sizzling? Anyway, here's the trick. Now you want to leave it. Don't go around fussing over them because that will make them stick. What you want to do is just keep them going until the pan looks dry. That's when you flip them over and you will have a lovely golden crispy surface on them. So let's just wait, don't stress them, let the heat do its magic. Are you ready? Let's try it. See if they're done. Oh yes. Look at all that golden deliciousness. That's how it should be. And they're not soggy. As you can see, they're quite like firm. So they're not soggy, they're not like too oily. Okay, so now once we flip them, the way I like to season them is very, very simple. It's just with salt, to make them a bit salty of course, and then with some white pepper. And that's it. Just salt and white pepper. So salt I like to use at the very, very end because the saltiness will, like the flavor of the salt will disappear if you heat it. So I like to use salt just when they're done. But white pepper I like to add now on the fried side. So don't be shy with the white pepper. So now let's leave them again. I've reduced the heat a little bit because otherwise they might burn on the other side. So medium heat I would say, and I would guess that I usually have them on like 5 minutes per side, or 5 minutes on the first side, and then once I flip them maybe 3 to 4 minutes actually. I haven't timed it, but just have a look once in a while and see, because it of course it depends on the heat you're using and the pan you're using and everything like that. So, and they are done. So what I like to do now is just let them cool off a little bit, because that makes it easier if you want to cut them. I might just keep these in this size, but if you want to have like smaller pieces of tofu, I still recommend making them about this size, because it's much easier to flip them over and deal with them in the pan, and then you can cut them when they have cooled off for just a few minutes. So now once they're done, it's time to just add some salt, and I like to go a little bit crazy with salt on tofu because I think it's one of those things that you really want to have enough salt on them. So. Okay guys, thank you for tuning in. I wish I could share this with you, but unfortunately I'm going to eat it all myself. So give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and see you in my next one. Take care, bye!